It's
At a
weird.
high level, I've seen like if a charger can get positioned on bridge and has teammates ahead of them and backing them up to make sure no one rushes them, I've seen chargers do really well in that position because then no one can approach them. I mean, if they're hitting their shots, that could be a really dangerous position to be in. So we're gonna have to see what ends up coming out from Indigo if they are gonna have a backline at all.
Yeah. The only reason I'm saying what I'm saying right now is just because I'm not high level. I'm at best low mid level.
Mm,
At best. What is it? So I'm not going to be hitting my shots.
mm, gotcha.
Let's see.
Ooh.
We see Eclipse coming out with a CDS.
All right. So neither team here. We're starting game one of grand finals on the Reef Splat Zone. So as we look at both teams starting out here, we're seeing Div9 play the same comp that we've seen from them. And then on the other side, Indigo actually has no backline weapon. Indigo immediately takes down three members of Div 9. It's just Lord, this junior of Div 9, left up on this left side. Looks like Lord is trying to hold his position, but I love that you could see that Indigo was ready to collapse around Lord there. They called out that positioning. And right now, Div 9 has to get in a position to start getting specials to start pushing in, and they do just that as there's three down on the side of Indigo.
I'm going to be honest, I can totally see how Indigo managed to beat Div 9. Div 9 was super strong, but oh wow, that start was amazing from Indigo. Just getting 3 picks right off the bat and just taking a fair amount of points, about 19 points. Div 9 recovered from that. They have the lead right now, but not for long. Let's see.
I,
Splash. Continue.
oh, I was gonna say, I think that's something that I'm seeing Indigo do against Div 9 that I haven't seen in the previous sets is Indigo is, you can see they're calling out where someone is and they all rush to that spot. So that's making it very difficult for Div 9 to be able to like get in positions to shark, be in positions to start pushing in. Right now, Eclipse here sharking on the bridge with these squelchies. Um, Underneath the bridge there, Div 9 was able to get control of the zone. Eclipse there called out, and finally there's three down on the side of Indigo. So Div 9 is able to start painting around, start pushing up, and now it's going to be in a position for Indigo to get their specials to push.
Yeah, this lead was not going to hold for long. There's 2 armors on the side of Div 9 ready to hold off any sort of push and push in if they want to. What is it? The jet just got, not jet, bombers just went down. A splashdown was used, but I don't think it was used to the best effect. Maybe just to save them. What is it? Eclipse goes down. There's a lot of people going down. I think there's. Wait, no. What happened to the rest of Div 9? Oh, okay. I did not expect to see the junior canceling a splashdown. That is
Lord,
nuts.
yeah, Lord is putting in work with that junior. And wow, we got to see Div 9's score get all the way down to 6. So Indigo had to really rush in there to be able to get the zone in their possession, at least cap it to make sure that they give Div 9 that 64-point penalty, and they did just that. So I think Lord did a really good job with that junior, holding the zone, you know, kind of waiting for their teammates. But Indigo was finally able to break through of that and get control of bridge here now. We're seeing Random with this machine putting up a lot of pressure with these machine shots, with the fizzies. I like that we're seeing Eclipse and Random here grouped up together in zone to make sure that they keep it capped on their side.
Yeah, or really just seeing, what is it, Dom just be actually just a really good machine. Just getting some nice picks, and oof, the machine goes down. It's only the H3. They aren't going to hold. Yeah, they go down. That's a complete team wipe. A bit of a delayed wipe, but arguably a delayed wipe is the best wipe because it take creates staggering. If,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's see. That inkjet actually pops up. It doesn't get Eclipse, but Eclipse is in big danger of dying. He's gonna die real soon. There we go. But he manages to just make sure the rest of the inkjet wasn't focused on the rest of his team. It was just focused on him. And now his team has a bomb rush. They have all the specials. Okay, they can push in now. The bomb rush was actually used a little bit ago. Armor was used about a few seconds ago. I don't think they can hold this actually. Oh, I don't think they can take this. Just yeah, something happened with the push that just mess things up.
Yeah,
Maybe it should. Yeah, continue.
we got to see. I think that Div 9 there, right at the end, they did a really good job at. They were all positioned on bridge there for a moment, and I think that having them all together like that, and starting with Sammy putting out incredible inkjets that we've been getting to watch all evening on stream. That inkjet that moved Eclipse around, I think, kind of discombobulated, the counter push that they had going in. So, and Div 9 did a really good job at being able to notice where Indigo was trying to go, where they were trying to push in, and they all sat on bridge and then waited for that, and then all, collapsed on whoever they saw trying to push in. So they did a really good job at that.
Yeah, I've been loving, like you said, I've been loving all of the ink that's been going on this what is it, this tourney. It's just been great.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all they're all I can't speak. Okay. I want to say they're all clip worthy, but then I'm looking back to the one inkjet that just had what is it, where someone just went behind them and shot them. I'm thinking maybe it was clip worthy on the other side. Well, let's see.
Okay, so we are going into game 2 of grand finals, and remember, this is a counter pick. So this is Indigo's counter pick for this game 2. So they have picked tower control on ink blots. Now we're seeing both teams come out here with their weapons. Neither team, once again, has an anchor backline. But both teams actually, for their range, have a 96 gal. So I think that's really interesting take for tower control.
Yeah, actually, both teams running double armor. That's actually pretty interesting.
That is
The
really interesting.
only real difference between like the armors is just one's running a junior, one's running a zap. What is it? I think that would be trying to figure out which one's Div 9, which one's Indigo. I think Indigo will be the what is it? Oh, Indigo one. Yeah, okay. Indigo actually being the more aggressive comp with their end zap. The only trade-off is they don't have as much paint as Div 9 does, and that might not really what is it, work out if they're ever stuck in like long drawn-out engagements. But they don't need to worry about that since they're just locking out.
Yeah, this is a great opening from Indigo as they've already pushed past that first checkpoint. I mean, when you say counter pick, this is quite the counter pick. Indigo's confidence as they're pushing the tower. We see Silva and Flurry on the tower just pushing points on the board, and just like that, they are going to completely take the tower from 100 to 0. And
Yeah, that.
yeah, in terms of a counter pick, I mean, they must be very comfortable on that map together because it really showed.
Yeah, that was just great. Like, what is it? If you were to just hand me like a what is it, just a sheet of paper and said, "Hey, these are the comps. Which one do you think is gonna do better?" Would be leaning a little bit towards Div 9. They're fairly even, but just the fact that what is it? There's a lot more paint on the side of, well, a bit more paint on the side of Div 9. I'd give him that, but Indigo just showing that paint isn't everything. If you, yeah, you could have all the paint in the world, but if you just shoot the guy, it's fine. What is it? And that's exactly what the Zap did. The Zap was just doing pretty well, just doing the aggression, shooting people.
Yeah, I think that it came down to, since that was Indigo's counter pick, they must, when you think of a counter pick, you think if you see a map on that list, that counter pick list, and you go, with your teammates, hey, it's that map that we do so well at. So they probably had a game plan going into that. And in terms of, who's going to paint more, who has quote unquote, maybe better weapons, I think it really comes down to synergy and how comfortable the team itself is with each other. And I think that really showed in that counter pick.
Yeah.
So
perhaps, like you were saying, because the synergy Indigo had with their weapons was just better for that. That what is it? That comp would have just been better for Indigo instead of just doing what Div 9 was doing. And what Indigo is doing pretty well. I mean, they are in grand finals after all.
Yes, and we are going into game 3 right now of grand finals. So this is now Div 9's counter pick. So on Clan Blitz, this is the first Clan Blitz I've got to watch on stream here, I think. Clan Blitz on Snapper Canal. Instantaneously, Div 9 has broken the barrier. They scored a clam in. I don't know if they're going to be able to get any follow-up in. It looks like Lord there was able to throw in a few more clams, but oh my goodness, we're seeing Warrior there at the basket too. Just trying to sneak in and score in clams, but Indigo's doing a good job at making sure they get control of their street, and they try and call out anyone they see on the other team to push up through mid.
Disappointing they couldn't get any more clams, but at the same time, good hold on the side of Indigo. Just making sure they could really only throw in like 3 clams. That was nice.
Yeah, that was really good defense from Indigo. You know, even though Div 9 pushed right away like that, I think Indigo did a really good job at playing defensively, making sure that they let the team come into them. And speaking of, Indigo here scores in a clam, and it doesn't necessarily have any follow-up clams though to that push. So Div 9 was able to stop that push. Div 9 still has the lead, and right now we're seeing Lord here with this power clam trying to keep it safe, but Indigo notices them with this power clam and is trying to keep up the pressure in mid.
Well, I'm gonna just say, Lord can certainly move. He was dodging bullets really well. I think a lesser junior might have died in that situation, but Lord is not a lesser junior.
Yeah, Lord has been putting in work with that junior, moving around, playing supportively, but also, you know, almost playing like Anchor, like you were previously talking about. I mean, Lord's been doing a really good job with that junior. So, as we look at the teams right now, Indigo has 18 clams at the ready. We're seeing Flurry here holding onto this power clam, trying to wait for their teammates to get in a good position to be able to push. Flurry use that armor to help their teammates be able to get some picks, take on some 1v1s or 2v1s. And just that happens as right now there's 2 down on the side of Div 9. We're seeing Indigo trying to get in a position to push. It looks like, oh, Flurry was trying to jump over to push, but was called out by that bomb. But their teammates still had another power clam. They were able to score, so they scored that power clam, and they scored in a few more clams behind that, and now they have the lead.
I'm gonna be honest, it is so painful to just see that ball fall into the water. Everyone who's in chat probably just knows the pain of ball just falling into the water right as you're about to get a good push, and it just ruins everything. Luckily, like you said before, what is it? It doesn't ruin things for Indigo. What is it? But even still, it was just disappointing. They could have had more.
Yeah, right now Indigo does have the lead, but it is not by much. So we still have about 1 minute and 40 seconds left of this match. Anything can happen. I mean, Snapper, Clam Blitz, I've seen crazy things happen. So, and with the way that both of the teams have been playing, I wouldn't put it past, you know, one team or the other taking the lead here. Right now, as we look at clam points, though, Indigo has 17 clams. Random here, going to push up and score this power clam. And it looks like, oh my goodness, 3 members of Indigo go down as they threw in that power clam. So it's just Silva there over on the right side of the map. Trying to hold right side, and now Div 9 has a power clam. They have 10 clams at the ready, and looks like they just really need to try and get map control if they want to get a push in.
Yeah, but I think, what is it? Div 9 actually has a fair amount of map control, and also those 2 nice picks.
Whew.
That was just wonderful. Can Pony get... Nah, Pony doesn't need to. Someone else got it. They managed to throw a ball in, and they have enough clams to just knock things. Well, not knock out, but to get a really nice lead. Let's see. I don't think... Yeah, no, they're not going to knock out. But they are going to just really put a lot of pressure on Indigo to just basically knock out. Like, 6 right now, in order for... was it Indigo has to basically get, like, 3, which is basically a knockout. What is it? They can do it, yeah, but it's going to be a tall order.
Yeah, we're going into the last 10 seconds of this match. Right now, there's 2 down on the side of Div 9. There's 3 down right now on the side of Div 9. And Indigo here scores in a power clam. There's 2 down on both sides right now. It's up to Indigo
Silva
here to be
just
able
has
to get...
to be unignored. I think... Oh my... They got it! They got it!
Yeah, they needed to be able to, in that overtime, get those clams in, and they did just that. Indigo was able to clutch that in overtime and get those few clams in to secure the lead. What a close game.
I just wanted to point out, in order for, them to get as many clams as they did, it would have been Silva had to have taken down an Inkjet on their own while they were throwing in clams. They had so much they had to do in order to get as many clams as they did, and they are just so good for managing to just getting those clams, take out the jet, I think win a 1v1, and just they only died when two people just collapsed in on them. And considering all they went through, it's understandable that they went down.
Yeah, that was really, really notable of Silva. You're right. To be able to clutch that there in overtime, oh my goodness, that was. I mean, you know, Div 9 had scored that huge push, but Indigo there in the last seconds and then overtime was able to get that lead. So what a close game. So we are going into the next game here, which is Div 9's counter pick, tower control on Mako Mart.
Well, let's see what's gonna happen here. So we have, yep, okay, bomb rushes on both sides. That's nice to see. There's actually a try on the side of, that would be Div 9. I want to see how good the try is gonna do. I think it's gonna do pretty well, but how well? That's the question.
So the game is starting out here, and Div 9, oh my goodness, Lord, getting pushed off the tower with that armor, but guess what? They have another armor at the ready, and Div 9 is able to push through the first checkpoint. Really, really good starting push here from Div 9 as they have Pony here pushing up with this Tri-Slosher, getting another pick. Right now there's 3 down on the side of Indigo. Talk about a starting push. This is a great way to start out this match from Div 9.
The only thing I noticed is look at the range of Div 9. It is all really close range, with the only mid-range being the Junior's bombs. That's about it. What is it? But if you, at the same time, if you look at the range of Indigo, it's only a little bit. It's only a bit longer with the range of the 96 and the what is it? The machine's fizzy bombs. And maybe a bit of its actual shots, but yeah.
So, yeah, watching this game too, there were 3 down there just now on the side of Div 9. So Indigo has a great counter push coming in here. They have tons of map control, and right now there's 3 up on the side of Div 9. We're seeing Warrior here trying to pop these that bomb rush there to maybe get some picks, maybe get some map control, but I think that Indigo did a really good job at collapsing around that and just getting that pick. So we saw Flurry and Silva there pushing the tower through the checkpoint, and they are so close to getting the lead. That's a complete wipe on Indigo. What a great close stop there from Div 9 to keep the lead on their side.
I'm gonna be honest, that was actually a beautifully orchestrated, just what is it, surround on the side of Div 9. You could just see everyone just quickly just going over to the sides and then just creating that surround, and it was beautiful to see. Let's see. Actually finding kind of funny, Pony, not realizing there was a machine on the side of the Dax, and it's just, I don't think they died to it per se, but it was just funny.
So Indigo is actually trying to push the tower once again. We see Random here trying to lead the charge with this machine, and they help their teammates get 2 picks. So Div 9 has 2 up right now. We're seeing Sammy trying to use that Inkjet, just exactly what they do with the Inkjet. Gets that pick, gets another pick there on Eclipse, and does a really good job at being a part of stopping this push that Indigo started trying to have. So Sammy hopping on the tower to help reset it back to mid. Div 9 doing a good job at painting around the map. Map control is so important to have, and they are doing a really good job at doing that, to have their first armor at the ready and have the rest of their specials at the ready. Looks like they're pushing the tower, and it's just Random, the machine up on the side of Indigo up, as Div 9 is pushing the tower once again.
Yeah, it's just, one thing I'm just noticing is it doesn't really seem like Indigo is getting as good of a push as they once got with the 15. And even then, they still need to get a better push than that. It seems pretty interesting that the, the shorter range comp is doing better than the longer than the slightly longer range comp on a map that's supposed to be more open. That's pretty interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of dips and kind of like close little alleyways and stuff like that on this map, so I think that might have worked out well for them. And once again, it comes down to, hey, this is a counter pick, so this is probably a map and mode that Div 9 plays together very well. They know that they play it well together, and I think it comes down to something like that. So, having said that, Div 9 winning that game, they completely knocked out the tower there, like we saw towards the end, and now they have tied up the set. So right now it's at 2-2. Grand finals. We are going into game 5 here, and this is Indigo's counter pick. We're seeing splat zones on New Albacore Hotel.
Well, looking back at Indigo's counter pick and how they won really fast, I I think Indigo has a pretty good shot. They know what maps they do well on. I think they have a pretty good chance at winning this, and that's a DC.
Oh, rip. We're gonna have to wait out here, probably reset the lobby, since there was the
Probably.
DC, unfortunately.
Hopefully, it doesn't happen again in the next match because I really do think Indigo has a very good shot at winning this, considering just how their previous counter pick went. Oh, they were using a Crapid. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. See Indigo just staying in their spawn,
Yeah.
looking at the ground. Some pretty interesting ground. Now they're going out. Just want to vibe.
This is definitely an interesting starting look, too, at Indigo's comp. Like you said, they're gonna have a Kensa Rapid Blaster, so that comes into play when it comes to range on this map, so I think that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, but the only thing is, the crap, it doesn't really like having things in its face, which is exactly what Div 9's comp is exactly trying to do. Which really begs the question, is the rest of Indigo's comp going to be able to hold back the Div 9 long enough for the Crapid to really do what they want to do? And if they can't do that, I think that's ultimately what's going to doom Indigo.
And we previously saw, I think it was it Home Records that counterpicked this for Div 9, thinking that it might stop the short range that they had. So, but Div 9 came out very strong on this map and mode together. Even though it doesn't necessarily cater to short range, they still played it very well. So,
yeah, I mean, just because, yeah, like what is it? You didn't say, but you were sort of basically, even if a map isn't catering towards your weapon, you can still do well on that map, just because your
yes.
team synergizes well with these weapons. Like, after all, it's better to play a weapon that isn't exactly the best, but you're personally good at, rather than playing a weapon that's better on a map, but you're just not the best at. Like
Yes.
you don't tell a Splatling main to play Tri Slosher on Humpback because it's good. Just tell them to go Splatling. Let's see. Just waiting on the other guy. Wonder if they had any sort of like connection problems. Not connection problem. Obviously they did, but like maybe their internet died. Probably not. But like
yeah, we're
who
just
knows?
waiting for that member who DC'd to come back into the lobby. Oh my goodness, game 5, the suspense. Made it all the way to game 5, so we're just waiting for that last member of the team who DC'd to come back, so we can hopefully get this match underway.
Sent someone a DM like 5 hours ago and now they respond. Okay. Well, anyways. So what are your predictions on this map? Like, it's hard to predict anything, but just so that we have something to do. Something to entertain stream chat.
It is hard to predict. I mean, I don't know, because having seen Div 9 still play this really well, I honestly am not sure what's gonna happen. I mean, and Indigo, like you had said previously, their counter pick, TC on Inkblot. I mean, that was their counter pick, and they just 100 to zeroed it. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And I think it's really interesting that Div9 has actually been using. When I saw them play on this map, we saw Lord, the junior player, acting as their anchor. They're getting jumps for them, and just doing a really good job at painting the zone and throwing bombs. So I think that's gonna really come into play for this map and mode again.
Here's what I think might happen. I think Div 9 is actually has a better chance at this because Div 9 is very good at being really aggressive, getting into the enemy's face and just shooting them.
Mm,
What is it? So I don't think that Indigo is going to be able to give the space that the crap it really wants, just because of how well Div 9 plays and how aggressively they play. I don't. And looking at Indigo, while they're great, what is it? I just don't think that they're gonna be able to hold off long enough. Like everyone here tends to die pretty easily. The only exceptions being those who are managed to be really uh really just schmoovin, like the junior.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, we're
even
gonna
then,
we'll
not
have to
continue.
see too if Flurry has the 96, Eclipse is gonna have the Squelchies, and Random going to have the Kensa Rapid. So maybe the range, that little bit of extra range that they have, will help them out. We're just gonna have to see what happens here as we head into this is game 5, everyone, grand finals. So let's see what happens as we start out the game.
Looking at the H3 pick, I'm gonna double down on my what is it? On my statement before. I'm seriously doubting whether or not Indigo can hold back Div 9 long enough. But actually, looking at what Flurry's doing, they're basically the only. They're for the longest time, they were basically the only one up there, and they were holding back Div 9 pretty well. So maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, I am. Hopefully, for Indigo's sake, let's hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, right now it looks like Indigo's doing a really good job at not pushing in too far, using their range to be able to back up and get those picks on Div 9. So Indigo still has control of the zone, but we can see it slowly starting to turn yellow here as two members of Indigo go down. Lord hops into zone to help Pony paint it, and now Indigo has to come back from spawn, regroup as Div 9 has control of the zone, has no penalty, and Div 9 starts to work to get the lead on their side.
Funny burst bomb kill. Anyways, yeah, once that junior got into zone, yeah, they weren't gonna. It wasn't gonna hold any longer. But that baller actually coming in really nice. Just helping solidify their what is it? Helping turning a small advantage into we got this. In terms of like holding the zone. Although the zone the zone just got lost, but two down on the side of what is it? That'd be Div 9. Just making it so that they can't hold the zone anymore. Eclipse trying to go in, go into a 1v1 with the what is it? The L3D. I think it turned into a 1v2 for a little bit, but they're CDS. They survived. Ooh, that must be really painful for the what is it? For the L3D. Just feeling like you're safe. You what is it? Jump back to your spot. Jump back to your inkjet jump, and you're just dying in midair. Painful.
Yeah,
Pony's
very.
doing, yeah, Pony's doing what they can, trying to just come in, get some picks, but no, it just didn't pan out. Let's see.
Yeah, Indigo's doing a really good job at just keeping up pressure. They're staying back. They're not getting too close to Div 9 because they know that if they can just stay back a little bit, hold their ground, they have the range that can counter Div 9. So they're doing a really great job at that. And right now, we're going into the last 5 seconds of this match. Div 9 has to cap the zone if they want to take it, and
They
do
can't.
not do that. So Indigo has won Game 5 here. Did a great job at holding the zone, using their range to their advantage. And the winner of this tournament is going to be Indigo.
Well, I can certainly see how Indigo managed to beat Div 9 earlier. Like Indigo is a very good team. Like just wow. Just they played really well. I I doubted them, but I'm glad they managed to prove me wrong. Congrats, Indigo.
Yeah, Indigo did a really good job at they counterpicked, the quote unquote long range map, and they did a great job at using the ranged weapons that they had. They didn't get too close to Div 9, they kind of just backed up and used the range to their advantage. So good job to them. And also, we can't forget to say good job to Div 9 for making it through the loser side of the bracket and then making it into grand finals to fight um, Indigo once again. So GG's to those two teams and GG's to all the other teams that were in the tournament. Good job from everyone in the tournament.
Yeah, just everyone who played, well done.
Mm-hmm.
You all played really well. All right, now let's see. Well, what is it? I guess that's it for Squid Junction. I'm Lord Esper, and I guess what is it? Twitter is at Lord Esper, only one R. Let's see. Just trying to think what else I might need to say. I mean, Rissa, you want to plug yourself in?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and end out the tournament here. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This has been Squid Junction number 5. Again, I'm here with Lord Esper, and my name is Rissa. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Rissa High. Thank you so much, everyone here, for watching this. Thank you to all the teams who are playing in it. And that's going to be it from us, everyone. Have a good night.